Hello everyone, this came from the theater not too long ago after watching Bob Marley, One Love, the musical biopic about the Rastafari Jamaican legend. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the details of this review. But first, if you like the content of my channel, hit the subscribe button below, provide a like and a comment, and spread the word to your friends and family if you want to. Bob Marley's music wasn't necessarily one that I had a real connection with growing up. My mom and dad were fans of his music, but I only had significant vague memories of hearing bits and pieces here and there. My interest into his artistry didn't necessarily happen until much later on into my adulthood, as I began to immerse myself within the research and listening to his songs and interviews and quotes here and there. And I found that he was such a complex and extraordinary individual that upon hearing that they were making a musical biopic of him, I wasn't necessarily apprehensive given the fact that I love films such as Ray, Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Any type of musical film that is focusing on a legendary artist, of course, I'm going to be interested in it, especially if I like their music. Bob Marley is such a complex individual in totality. I wasn't sure as to how they would render an accurate depiction of him, given that this film is focusing more on the later parts of his life as he attempted to bridge the political landscape that is riddled with violent tension. And so, as I sat there watching the film, I could definitely tell that there were some flaws here and there as the story progressed because I know that the Marley family has some very important input as to how the story was going to be conveyed and how his characterization was accurately portrayed as well. And I have to say that it tended to jump around a bit at times. It didn't focus on exactly what made him important. And then when it did try to focus on it, it cut to another scene. So that was one aspect of it that I didn't like. But when it came to really focusing on the music and his artistry, that is where the film began to succeed. And I would have preferred actually if they went into the direction of say what they did with Bohemian Rhapsody or even Rocket Man, where it's all about the foundation of the music that this man was creating. And that's where the film really shined, was listening to his music just echo throughout the PA system. It was how powerful and melodic and harmonious that it was. You really began to understand exactly the creative mindset behind Bob Marley. It gave me a true sense of what what it possibly would have been like to be around this man, and how musicians of that period had this particular vision as to how they wanted to present their music. And he was listening to the songs in the film was very revolutionary for me, and how he was a creative genius, musical genius. The performances of Kingsley Benadir, he just it fully embodied what Bob Marley sounded like, how he carried himself, his body language. That to me resonated with me as far as an actor being able to capture the essence of what Bob Marley represented. Physically, he looked exactly like him, sounded like him. Of course, they weren't going to have him attempt to sing the songs the way he did, because there's only one Bob Marley who can actually convey that significant emotion. And you have Lashana Lynch. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time saying her name. Playing his wife Rita Marley. She does a great job, but the real star of it is Kingsley Benadir. He just nails that role. And there are moments in the film as he's performing, you could definitely tell that he was lip syncing to the songs and to Bob Marley's voice, but it didn't necessarily take away exactly what I was, uh, as far as enjoying the moment, just hearing the music. Bob Marley's music has a tendency of transitioning you into a certain mindset of peace and freedom and liberation, and just a sublime existence that you can see exactly why his music has such a profound impact across the world, and the fact that it remains very influential to this very day. From the overall landscape, as far as the total film is concerned, I found myself very much resonated with it. You could tell the edits that they did was cut to pieces here and there. So I'm hoping that at some point with the director's cut, if there is one, we'll be able to find out more exactly as to what made Bob Marley tick, and the more and deep and dive deeper more into the exploration of this musical genius and this revolutionary who felt the need to to bring unity across the world in a basically in a country that was just that felt the need, or was just constantly at odds with one another. And also, let's not forget that they attempted to assassinate him in the process. It goes to show you just the type of power that this man had in order for the rebels in that particular period to attempt to take his life. Overall, I thought the film was very unique. It was interesting. There, again, certain edits here and there that I felt weren't necessary. It should have focused more on the powerful aspect of Bob Marley, the man himself. And I definitely would have preferred if they showed more of his younger self. Could have shown exactly what brought him to creating the Wailers and the struggle, and how when he finally cemented his place within the world of being a revolutionary music artist. That to me ultimately would have sealed the deal as far as making it a perfect film. But other than that, I thought it was fairly entertaining, moving, powerful, and despite the flaws that it has. So, and again, Kingsley Benadir crushed it, absolutely crushed it. I sincerely hope that he does receive an Academy Award nomination for this performance. But other than that, it's great music. The cinematography is beautiful. Great acting performance of Kingsley Benadir and Lashana Lynch. Other than that, for my review for Bob Marley, One Love, I'm going to have to give this 8 out of 10, a 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. Very, very intense moments as far as violence is concerned, but other than that, I do recommend it. I hope everybody does get a chance to go to the theater and watch it, because you don't necessarily, it's hard to really explain the powerful nature of hearing Bob Marley's music on the PA system and watching it on the big screen. Having said that, that is my review of Bob Marley One Love. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section what you thought about it if you have watched the film, and provide a like if you're interested, and visit me on my Discord. Keep in my next review, most likely is going to be on Dune Part 2, considering what's being released later on this week. Other than that, keep on the lookout, and I hope you all remain safe and healthy. Take care, and peace out.